Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey and welcome to another episode of Condemned to PVM. And during the last episode, I told you guys I would not upload another episode until I got a pet. Well, that has now happened, and the pet did manage to happen at DK's. So which one is it? Because there's 3 different Dagannoth King pets that you can get. You'll see in just a second, but I did decide to do quite a bit of DKs on the Slayer task. I did prefer Dagannoths with Morvran, so now he does assign them fairly often, and every single time I get a Dagannoth task, I head over to the Dagannoth Kings, and I'm going to continue to do that because there's still 2 more Dagannoth King pets to get. However, during the time doing Morvran, I managed to about double my Dagannoth King kill count. I did manage to pass the threshold of 1,500 Dagannoths, and then the pets become significantly more common. Well, they double in how common you can get them, so I passed that, and I thought, you know, maybe I have a good chance to get a pet here, and it wound up happening. So you'll see a lot of dragon hatchets happening in the background. On this particular trip, the trip where I got the pet, I managed to get 4 dragon hatchets, and the only bad thing about that is 4 D hatchets are worth less than 1 D hatchet was a year ago, but it's still fairly decent. It adds up, and as you'll see at the end, even with the extremely low prices of hatchets and everything, I have a fairly okay Dagannoth Kings tab at the same time, so just tons and tons of hatchets going down. I always seem to have decent luck with hatchets. I think the drop rate is like 1 in 120-ish around there, and I'm a little bit above that drop rate, so I suppose you could say I'm a little bit lucky. So the pet happened at a very weird time. I was almost done with my task. I had like 4 kills left, and I was just trying to save a clip where I got a dragon hatchet, and holy crap, a shriveled Dagannoth claw dropped on the ground after I killed Rex. And I was kind of trying to save the video clip, and I wasn't really paying attention. Then, oh my goodness, a huge beam of light, so I was freaking out. And that is amazing. I can't tell you how happy it is to get my first pet drop. It feels insane, like even more happy than getting a seismic wand, if you can believe that. But it has finally happened. I did get a Dagannoth King Rex pet, and he's pretty awesome, and DK's is a very fitting boss for me to get my first pet from, and I was kind of hoping it would be, because this is the first boss I ever did in RS, and this is the first boss that got me into PVM, so it's fitting that they would now get me my first pet as well and get me into Petscape. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the drops and the progression from the DKs. The first time that we saw DKs during the series, I was at 782 kills, and I managed to pick up 4 Berserker rings, 1 Warrior ring, 1 Archer, 1 Seers, 2 Mud Battle Staffs, and 11 hatchets, which was really lucky. You don't normally get 11 hatchets and 782 kills, and now we've more than doubled our kill count, but we only got 6 hatchets in the last 800 plus kills, which is fine because they're not worth a whole lot anyway. Picked up a couple extra Berserker rings and an extra Warrior and Archer ring, and the other 2 drops stayed the same. So we definitely got a lot more drops in the first 800 kills than the last 800 kills, but that is what I'm at with a kill count. And as I said earlier, the threshold for Dagannoth Kings is 1,500, so now the other 2 Dagannoth pets are going to be more common as well, so hopefully I will be able to pick them up within another few 5 to 10 Dagannoth Slayer tasks. Okay, now of course it's time to price check everything that we did get from the DKs. I did stop picking up Dagannoth hides, and I sold the hides that I already had, just because they are really difficult to sell. Even though they're like 4K GE price, they just don't sell for that, and they're kind of annoying to pick up, so I stopped doing that. And overall, the tab is probably worth only slightly more now than it was at 800 kills, but the main reason for that is hatchets have gone down, and the Dagannoth bones have gone down a lot as well. But I do have a lot of stuff in this tab. Luckily, the saving grace of this tab is Earth Talismans and Water Talismans are still worth a lot, and they're almost half the value of this tab alone, just because the other drops aren't really worth an entirely humongous amount. I'm hoping that one day these hatchets will go up, maybe be 1 mil plus again, because that would be awesome. We'll see if that does ever become the case. I'll probably just wind up selling the hatchets then, or I'll wait until I have all 3 pets to sell the hatchets. Even without the massive amount of profit, I think it is cool just seeing the Dagannoth King tab grow this big with this many drops, and believe it or not, this is not the biggest Dagannoth King tab I've ever had. I've had ones that are much larger and worth much more money before in the past, but this is definitely one of the bigger ones I've seen. Okay, now we go into the Petscape progress, and for the first batch of pets here, obviously don't have any of them yet, but for the second batch we finally get to fill one in, and that is Rex, and that is awesome. Hopefully we'll get some more pets to join him fairly soon. Also, one thing I wanted to touch on is I know there's a couple pets on there that don't have their correct names. For example, Legio pets are actually like Primulus instead of Primus, but it didn't quite fit on the slide, so that's why their names are a little bit weird. But anyway, that is our progress so far, and hopefully we'll have some more pets to come. I'm expecting to get the Krill Sutzeroth pet soon, and perhaps the Bandos pet. I've been working on him as well. Those are some of the easier pets to get, and I do like doing God Wars Dungeon a lot, so I'll be working on those in the near future. Okay, that's it for this episode of Condemned to PVM. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and when the next one will be coming, I can't really say because it does depend on when I happen to get my next pet drop. I can't control that. I can only influence it by doing more and more PVM, which I definitely will be doing, and whenever that pet happens, you guys will be the first ones to know after me and all the other people that knew. Anyway, I'm going to take advantage of the rest of the bonus XP weekend. You guys should too, and I'll see you guys next time with the next video. Farewell.